ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce.
Totally random, but it is snowing. Good morning, guys. Today is Wednesday, dang it, I just looked up the date. The 17th, I think. Today is Wednesday the 17th. We had class one day this week. Because you guys know I go to school 2 days a week, Tuesday and Thursdays. But I had school on Tuesday, yesterday, and there's no school tomorrow, Thursday, so. Tomorrow, I'm just leaving that day off. I'm not going to work. I'm gonna leave that day to finish all my classwork before me and my boyfriend's road trip this weekend. We're leaving on Saturday morning, and I'm so excited. I know in one of my videos I did mention my project, my music industry research project. In case you guys are wondering, I did do really good on that project, and my teacher even wanted to use it as an example for future classes. So, you know, I was all happy. That class actually ends today at midnight. It was an accelerated class, so it's like a bunch of classwork crammed into like 2 months. I am down to 3 classes now, and I'm very, very excited. And what else? Oh, I had my first fitness exam for my health gym class yesterday, and that went pretty well, actually. So for my fitness exam, it was open book, but even though it was open book, I did still study. I don't know who's watching this, but if you're watching this and you have an open book test or a quiz, still study. Because I am telling you now, if I didn't study, I don't think I would have done very well. But yeah, I actually thought she was going to take a while to grade those. Well, it was a Scantron, so I guess not. But I thought she was going to take a while to post them online to see what we got on our exams. I got 31 out of 40, and I was like, because a part of me was confident, another part of me wasn't sure, because there's already been so much confusion with that class regarding, like homework, classwork, like, do we turn it in, like, how do we do that? So there's already been a lot of confusion with this class. So I was kind of confused on what exactly would be on the test, because even though it is open book, she didn't give us, like, a study guide, so we didn't know exactly what would be on the test, so we didn't know, like, what to study, what not to study. It's kind of like, I don't know. I hope the stuff that I study is on there. But there was a good chunk of the stuff I studied was on there, so that actually helped me get through the test a lot quicker. It took the full hour to finish the test. Some of the stuff that was on there I didn't study, but I did find the answers for majority of them in the book. So that was pretty helpful. So yeah, that is how my week is going. So yeah. I don't know, that's it. There's only one class this week. Good morning, guys. So today, I don't even know the date. Anyways, it's a Thursday today. And I am off to school. Today, actually, my English class is optional, but I'm still going to show up. So I'm at my friend's house right now, waiting for her, obviously, per usual. And we are pretty much halfway through the semester, and I just feel like the semester went kind of fast. If you guys are interested in any, like, Halloween makeup ideas, but I did kind of mess around with, the It Clown from, like, I don't think that's what his name is. but the clown from Jigsaw. I did a look on my Instagram, and I'll show it somewhere on here. And I didn't expect it to be that good. Like, I'm decent, pretty good at makeup, but it's not like I'm crazy about makeup like people on, like, YouTube and stuff. And I think that's my first time ever actually trying a makeup look, and I think it came out pretty well. Like, my boyfriend and my friend were pretty impressed, and I was pretty impressed too. I mentioned this before, but I'm down to 3 classes now. I had 4, obviously, if you've been watching my videos. I had 4 classes before. I'm down to 3. I finished my accelerated class with an A. I don't know, like, I really like that class. I feel weird not having it. Like, I feel like I have too much free time now. I feel like I have all this free time that I don't know what to do. And I feel like, I don't know, like, with that and me and my boyfriend's trip up north, being back, it feels weird. Like, I have all this free time. It's all about getting yourself, like, situated into, like, different situations, I guess. But tonight, we are going to go see Halloween. I'm excited. I almost flipped out when we went to go see, like, another movie, and they had the Halloween preview. I was like, what? So, you know, girl, we gotta go see that movie. I hope it's good, because I hate when I'm so excited for a movie and it sucks. Okay? There's not much going on today. I think I mentioned before my fitness exam that we had a week or 2 ago. I did pretty good on it. I got, 31, 32 out of 40. So yeah, did pretty good with that. Like I said before, it does help, even if your test is open book. Always make sure to look over the material and study, because that will help you get through the test a lot faster than searching through the book for every single question. Like, you will lose time. You might not feel like it, but you will. So if you ever have an open book quiz or test or whatever, make sure you study. That's what's going on for today. My English class is like a free hour. Just be working. I don't think a lot of people will show up today, because I feel like if people are given the option to either show up to class or not show up to class, they're not gonna show up. They're not gonna show up to class, especially a couple people in my class, but we're not gonna talk about that. So I feel like there probably won't be that many people here today, but that's okay, because then I have extra time to do schoolwork. I probably should have brought my EDU class textbook, because we have to read 2 chapters. Anyways, I took off work tomorrow to dedicate my life to schoolwork, so I don't have to deal with that. Just while I'm waiting, I could just rant a little bit. I feel like teachers, like preschool teachers I'm talking about, this can be for any teacher, but I feel like teachers sugarcoat the truth about parents' kids too much. I don't know if that makes sense. But, like, I've had moments where, like, the kid had a bad day, and I would tell the parent, like, you know, this is what your kid was doing today, blah, blah, blah. You know, he could have had a better day. And then the teacher will, like, go behind me and say, like, oh, yeah, he had a good day, blah, blah, blah. Like, really? Like, I don't know. I understand that as an educator, you want the parents to see that their kid is doing good and having good days. But it just bothers me personally. I don't know I can't speak for anyone else, but it bothers me when kids actually had, like, a really bad day, like hitting or talking back or whatever, and then teachers, like, you know, because some parents will ask you, like, oh, how was their day, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, kids aren't going to be like, oh, yeah, I was hitting and blah, blah, blah. But it just bothers me when teachers know that the kid had a bad day. Even if it was, like, a little bit. But, like, I don't know, it just bothers me when teachers know that a kid had a bad day, whether it was, a little bad or a lot of bad. They go and tell their parents that they had a good day. or they try to like sugarcoat it like it was nothing. Like, no, this kid was talking back, throwing chairs, hitting kids, blah blah blah. Like, no. So that's one thing that I want to really like enforce when I become my own teacher and run my own classroom. I'm gonna be truthful to these parents. Like, I mean, this is what your kid's doing. I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, oh yeah, your kid was he had kind of a good day, when really he had like a horrible day. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and be like, yeah, he was okay, we had a little issues here and there, but overall he was okay. Like, no, I'm gonna tell you. You want to know what your kid was doing today? I'm gonna tell you. And I understand, like, also that teachers, I mean, I've been working with kids for almost 3 years, so I know this. So understand that as teachers or aides or assistants, that confrontation is not something that a teacher wants to deal with a parent, but if it's regarding the child, it needs to be said. This is the official project for the music industry that I did. I got an A on it. So there's that. I did throw in like some quotes here. So like this one's from Cardi B. And then I have the definition of music, the definition of the music industry, and then I just went in and talked about like the women's role in the music industry as well as the men's role in the music industry. Here's another quote from an artist named, I don't know if I'm not saying it right, but Santigold. And then I did go in and talk about like gender equality and diversity in the music industry. Here's some statistics. 28% of speaking characters in top movies were women. Only 4% of films are directed by a woman. There's some information about the Grammys. Women are most likely to only appear in the Best New Artist category, and men basically take over the Grammys. Like, the media might headline like women, big female stars go headline, but a vast majority of the awards go to the men to make it look like they're equal, but they really are not. I explained why that's important. Then I went in and I talked about like artists who have troubling backgrounds, but somehow have successful music careers. Here's another little quote from New York Times. I talked about XXX, about his past, but he's pretty popular in music. TK, don't know who that is, but I threw him in there. Kodak Black, 6ix9ine, and then I went and talked about like the effects and the issues with music on our children and teens. And here's some more statistics about music and how that affects children, and you know, inappropriate content and violence in music. I also talked about music videos too. I talked about why that's important. Talked a little bit about how like music has changed over the years, which honestly it has not changed. I mean, it's changed, but not a whole lot. Like, for example, I put like gospel music has changed to become more like upbeat and include like rap to like relate more to like teenagers and younger fans. But other than that, like, music has become, I guess, more like sexual and more violent, but other than that, there's really been not that many changes. I talked a little bit about album sales, every genre. Okay, and then this part, I just put some like popular songs under like different categories. Like, here's some feminist songs, an example of feminist lyrics, effects of feminism music, anti-feminism songs, an example of like anti-feminism lyrics, and then just so on. Sorry about that. It is later in the day now. I'm actually at home. I'm sitting in my car right now, in case you are wondering why there's like a reflection in my computer screen. But like I was saying earlier, these are just examples of the different lyrics, the different songs and lyrics that I put into these categories that they fall into. So like this song, Superman by Eminem, here's like a picture from like the video. But Superman by Eminem, I put under like abusive, unhealthy relationship. I also put it under violent, I think, because, you know, his music, well, this song, but some of his other music too is more like abusive towards women, and I think it's more so based off of his like experience with women. Oops. See, I'm trying to get to there we go. And then I put the effects of abusive relationship music, sexual songs, blah blah blah. I put a lot actually. And then here's just my little reflection. So I put, take a moment to think back on the music that you grew up listening to. Do you remember singing along to any songs that were a little too inappropriate for your age group? Do you remember singing along to songs that had a lot of profanity and sexual references? What do you think about that now? How do you feel knowing how corrupted your mind was at such a young age due to music choice? What would you do differently if you could? Sorry, I'm like moving around. And then I put this slide. Why do we continue to listen to these types of music? Basically, I said it's because the music sells. And as long as the music sells, people will keep putting it out there. What does the future hold for the music industry? What would I personally do differently if I could like control the music industry? And then just some helpful resources, because we had to put this slide into our project. And then just my works cited. As you can see, I did a lot of research. And yeah, so that is the end. Yeah, that is the end of my music industry project. Like I said, I ended that class last Wednesday. I got an A. Yeah, that was my project. I am so happy. But this semester literally is almost over, and I don't know how to feel about it really. Yeah, so I am just waiting for Bae to get here, and then we're gonna head off to the movies to see Halloween. If you saw the movie already, comment down below if you liked it or what you thought about it. I hope it's good. Honestly, I don't watch movies that much anymore, because literally every time I do, the movie sucks. So I'm not that big of a fan of watching movies, but I love Halloween movies. Michael Myers. So anyways, yeah. If you saw the movie, feel free to comment down below what you thought about it. I really hope it's good. If I remember, I will come back and I guess review it and tell you how what I thought about it. But yeah, there wasn't much to this day. English was just like a free day. It was optional. I didn't have to come, but I wanted to come. Yeah, fitness, we were doing kettlebell exercises today, and that was pretty fun. But other than that, that's my day. I'm probably gonna figure out my classes for next semester while I'm waiting for my honey bunny to get here. So I hope everybody had a great day today, and see you on the flip side. Bye. Hi guys. So I came back to update you guys on the Halloween movie. I actually really liked the movie, but there were a few things that I don't know, like I loved it, and I loved how if you haven't seen it yet, spoiler alert, but I like how Laurie built her house as like a big trap for when like Michael would come. But the one thing I didn't really, I guess I wouldn't say I didn't like it, but I don't know. But like after he escaped and he got, you know, his mask back and everything, I feel like I feel like the part after that where they were showing him literally just walking through the neighborhood, going house to house, just randomly killing people, I kind of felt weird about that. Like, I understand they probably, you know, he's been locked up for however many years, and he's trying to get back into, like, the role of things, so it's like, okay, I want to kill everyone that I see, you know, but I don't know, that just felt kind of random and just thrown in there. But there was that, And then I'm curious to know how Michael found out where Lori lived. I don't know. Anyways, I just find that weird. Like, he was just, 1 minute walking, 1 minute he's just walking through the neighborhood. Next thing you know, all of a sudden he's at Lori's house. So, there's that. I don't feel bad for Lori's daughter's husband. He should have stayed in the house. Like, I understand it was a cop car that rolled up to the house, but it's just sitting there, no one's coming out. Why? I feel like he could have survived if he just stayed in the house. We all know he would have survived if he just stayed in the house. But, I also was not expecting that twist from the therapist, Michael's therapist. I was not expecting that little twist. But I also find it funny how the therapist thought that he was just gonna be friends with Michael. Like, no. Like, I was thinking about it, like, I feel like once he wakes up in that cop car, he's pretty much gonna kill you. Like, he doesn't care for you. You were one of the people who was, like, responsible for keeping him in captivity. He's not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're my buddy, let's go kill people together. But that little twist, I was not expecting at all. But I did find it funny how the therapist, I guess, thought he was like buddies with Michael. Like he's not gonna kill you. Oh, you're dead now. What else? Oh yeah, and the ending, of course, us as viewers, we see, or we're under the impression that he got burned alive. We did, I guess, kind of get a tour of the house, but who's to say that he's really dead? I know just because they were standing there and watching him burn alive, at some point, obviously, they left the house, and when the camera panned back on the area, Michael wasn't there. Like, I mean, I understand, like, he might have just been, like, already on the floor, burned alive or something, but I don't know. I feel like if the viewer can't see it, it's hard to believe it, So how do we know that Michael really is dead? How do we know there wasn't a way to get out of that basement, or that little trap area? How do we know that? You know what I mean? There probably wasn't, but I'm just saying. Honestly, I did like the movie, but there were just a little things that I was like, But again, who knows? He might be dead, might not be. In these scary movies, always, I don't know, these scary movies always, or horror movies, always end like that, and then they come out with another movie. Oh, he's back. So is he really dead, or you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I actually liked it. I would give it maybe a 4 out of 5. I wouldn't say 5 out of 5, but again, there were just little things that were like, but I'd say 4 out of 5. Yeah, I like the movie. I feel like all scary movies in the same, where you think he's dead, but in reality he's not dead, and then they come out with a whole nother movie, oh, he's back. So, I don't know. Technically, we didn't really see him burn alive, so I don't know. I feel like this probably should be the last Halloween movie. I mean, they've been making these movies for years, so I don't know. Maybe this was the last movie. I feel like it should be, because I don't know. In my opinion, after a while, keep making movies over and over and over again about the same thing, it's gonna get played out and tired. I don't know. That's how I feel about, like, The Purge. Like, they only made, like, what, 3 or 4 movies, and now they have a whole TV show about it, and I just feel like The Purge at this point is overplayed. Like, stop talking about The Purge. You didn't really have to make it into a TV show, but I don't know. That's how I feel. If you haven't seen the movie yet, you should definitely go watch it. If you have seen the movie already, feel free to comment down below if you want about what you thought. It was a good movie. So I give it a 4 out of 5. Oh, there are also 2 new movies that I want to see next year that are coming out. One is called The Escape Room, which to me reminds me of like Jigsaw, and Happy Death Day to You. And oh my gosh, I want to see that so bad. So those are the movies that I want to see for next year. And yeah, I guess that's it.